Hey everybody, IcyCat here. Today we are going to get a look at what the new operator gadgets really do with this demonstration trailer.
Stress test, got a hook. Previous session terminated after unacceptable levels of cervical acceleration deceleration. Commencing test, now. 2.001, unsuccessful. Stress test, 2.002. 2.217. 217 meets safety design criteria. Volatility test. Vulcan Shield version 1.001. Jordan, if you're watching this, you owe me a drink.
Okay, so that was a very unique trailer. We've never seen one actually done in this style before. This almost feels less like a Rainbow Six operator gadget trailer and more like something out of Aperture Laboratories from Portal. Honestly, it's kind of fun to watch. So the first gadget here is going to be that grapple hook launch system, and this shows a few failed test results from trying to get that ballistic arc just right to get the target where it's intended to go. Now, obviously, when you actually use this in the game, that's probably not going to be something that's happening, although it would be really interesting if you could kind of miss if you don't have your aim right and go careening into a wall, but I don't think that's going to actually be a mechanic that's going to be in the game. It will probably work much like the vault system or the repel system, where it's context sensitive. If you aim it at the correct spot, you will get a valid fire solution, and if you are aiming at something that it can't interact with, it just simply won't engage, more than likely. So this looks like something, though, that when it is fired out, you have the hook that goes out, and then a second or two later, the operator would then be dragged along for the ride and propelled rather quickly through. So we can tell that this isn't something, by the look of the demonstration video, that you would deploy and then you would climb up slowly like a rappel line when you toss it up the side of a building. This also doesn't look like something that would be left behind for other operators, either the friendly operators or the operators on the other team, to be able to use. It looks like it is carried with that operator because it is very quick, kind of like a launching it up and through. Now, this is showing going through a window, so think if you are on the outside of a consulate, which has a lot of exterior windows lining the perimeter of the building. You shoot that grapple launcher at the sill, and then it may propel you through. It would essentially allow you to breach through that opening very quickly. From leaked information, we also know that this is supposed to work with open hatches as well. Even if they go ahead and put a reinforcement on that, if you have a Hibana go ahead and open it for you, you can find yourself getting in very quickly this way. In fact, you may find a new meta surrounding hatches being that the hatches may actually become something that has a battery or a jammer placed on it, or maybe that the hole is open for rotation, but it is perhaps lined with goo mines or frost traps or something, so that if you kind of come up through that very quickly, you're going to land into one of these traps that will be designed to catch you, and that may wind up becoming a new meta. But all in all, this gadget looks like it has the opportunity to add some really dynamic gameplay as far as how an operator gets into a room, maybe coming through that window or through maybe even a door. We don't know yet, but definitely through a hatch or something like that. That's going to really shake things up as far as to how an operator gets from one floor to another floor, or from inside to outside, or something like that, very quickly. Then we get a good look at the flame shield. Now, this is a defender gadget. It's a little hard to tell here whether the flame shield is specifically the operator's gadget, or if it's just that these canisters that explode are the operator's gadget and they can be attached to any existing flame shield. I'm a little uncertain because you can actually wind up getting into a weird position if the operator's secondary gadget is a deployable shield, but his alternate gadget would be something else for his secondary. So what if you don't choose a deployable shield, and what if nobody else on the rest of the team takes a deployable shield? Then you would have these canisters that you couldn't attach to anything else, and it would wind up creating an operator's gadget which could, in certain situations, be useless. So it would either be more versatile than that. Perhaps you can attach them in other ways. So maybe you can actually place these canisters wherever you want them to, put them next to a door, and if somebody comes through, you just shoot the canister and it explodes in the same way, but they can also attach to a deployable shield. That would be something interesting. Or maybe the shield itself is actually the primary gadget, and he has other secondary gadgets that are separate from the deployable shield. But we can see very clearly that the canister is placed on the inside of the deployable shield, and you will notice that this is the new deployable shield setup with the window slits in it that you can see both ways in and out. And placed on the inside like that creates a situation where the defender can trigger it, much like shooting a mirror canister when you intentionally as a defender want to drop that window down. It'll be interesting to see if Twitch's taser darts, if the spark from that taser dart can also puncture this canister and ignite the flame just like it can also do that with the mirror canisters. It will also be interesting to see if there's any kind of an automated response to this, so that if a attacker vaults that shield, will it go off automatically if an attacker vaults it? Or can it only be ignited by shooting it? Is that the only mechanism for setting the device off? Also, deployable shields can be taken out by standard explosives, so what happens to a shield that is equipped with this? Does it essentially render the gadget ineffective, or does it destroy the shield and then the gadget also ignites, creating sort of a secondary thing where, yes, you've taken out the shield, but you still can't push through because there's like this maybe flame spreading around and you have to kind of wait for that to dissipate first. Now, we are going to find out more this coming Sunday, August 18th. They are going to show the new map for the canal rework that is coming. That map is going to be a total redesign, kind of on the level of what they did with Hereford, and we'll see just how far that winds up going. But we do know that that is going to be a total overhaul of what that map looks like. The layout itself is going to be fundamentally changed. We will then also get a closer look at both new operators and their new gadgets and their loadout and see everything that's coming. So if you want to keep up to date on all the latest information as it becomes available, make sure that you like and subscribe. Click that notification button so you're alerted as soon as new content becomes available. You can also follow me over at IcyCat25 at either Facebook or Twitter. Thanks a lot for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.